So as a whole, my doctor likes to know how many migraines have you had this month, and one, were they less intense? What 2020 has taught me about my migraines is that I really can do the best that I can do, and still, migraines will rule the day most of my days. But I'm gonna make the best. What has the year 2020 taught you about your migraines? And what I mean by that is I have some numbers. I crunched them. Yeah, I crunched the numbers. You know, I compared 2017, 18, 19, and 2020 to let you know how many migraines did I have in a year. And you would think that the outcome of this year would be better than in 2017 when I hadn't even begun some of the interventions that I am on presently. And you all know that I survive on coffee and water and a whole lot of hope, love, and prayer. So, with that being said, there's my giraffe, Nina. With that being said, I still get a lot of migraines. And how would I know that? Because I track them on a migraine app. Yes, there is such a thing, Migraine Buddy. I film on my phone, so I can't show it to you by holding up my phone and pointing to it. Migraine Buddy app allows you to track when your migraine starts, when it ends, what the intensity level is, what were your pre-symptoms you had, what were the symptoms you had while you were in the migraine. You put in as many details as you like. You choose each category you can add to it. So as a whole, my doctor likes to know how many migraines have you had this month, and one, were they less intense? Because if we're trying to always eliminate the migraines, but we're trying to eliminate the intensity. Can I get more productive days out of the month than the previous month is always our goal. Do we need to change up the daily routine pills that I take to higher doses, or change out the medicine to something else? So it gives you a big picture for the whole analysis of as many years as you are tracking it. And I started tracking in 2017. With that said, let's look at some of the numbers. Now, I switched phones in 2017 and I forgot to switch the app over. So I lost data for the first half. So I will only talk about December of 2017. Let's go through our Decembers, okay? These are what my neurologist has me fill out. And let me find one that has a lot of writing on it. As I've gotten better and better at it, I fill them all in at the end instead of daily. But here's an example. It shows how many. It helps me to look back in life because I have short-term memory for some details in life. And my husband says, how come you say you have short-term memory, but you can tell me exactly what I was wearing on the day that I met you and what I said to you when I walked in the door and this kind of stuff. And because numbers, for me, they don't stick in my brain. They don't stick in my memory unless they're printed on paper or printed in a form in front of me. Every month I could write the budget out and say we have this much money left in the fun I'm going to play category versus the mandatory, food, gas, electricity, those bills kind of things. Every month I write them out and I hand it to him. And then a couple days later he'll ask me, what was that number again? And I look at him and I go, you think I remember? It goes in, it goes out. There's no emotional attachment to me, so my brain does not remember numbers per se. But I remember feelings, I remember expressions, I remember that, the face of something. So this helps me to go backwards in time. So let's look at December 2017. I had 22 days out of 31 days that were migraine days. And 2017, we were just beginning to start some of the Botox treatments. I was switching from one neurologist to another, and there was a big gap where when you do your Botox treatments for migraine, it's every 12 weeks and you keep going, and you don't really get the effectiveness, the full punch of how well Botox will work for you until you've entered that third cycle. So in 2017, I had just ended with one doctor, changed insurance companies, got a new doctor, and had to go through the process of proving that I needed Botox because all these other medicines have failed me. And I have had success in the past with them. So it started to be where there's a gap. So my body didn't recognize it as continuing on from before. So I had to start back up again. So the punch of numbers that month, that year in 2017 was pretty high. But prior to starting any of my Botox treatments, my daily average was 22 days out of the month were migraine days. And like I say, some of them might be down at a 3 or a 4 and I'm kind of functioning, and some are way high and I'm not functioning. But regardless of all that, migraines interrupt your life. They just do. They interrupt your planning. They interrupt your dreaming. What I dream to accomplish, they like to come in and poof, sucker punch you and just rip that dream right out of your hands. So I encourage you, don't give up. Don't give up. But let's find a way to keep plugging on to make each month, each day a little more successful. So then we moved on to 2018. For December of 2018, a whole year later, I dropped from 22 days in 2017 down to 13 days. Woohoo! That is exciting for me. I know. And then in 2019, it dropped. It actually climbed back up again to 17 days in the month of December. And I found that there is no rhyme, no reason. I can't say by looking at the whole 3 years when one month will be a good month and when another isn't. Sometimes my husband will ask me, let's plan for when this virus is gone and we can travel. What would be a good month? If we were imagining a trip to Japan to go see our son, what would be a good month? And I look at him and I go, it's a roll of the dice. I do know that the day of Botox and then progressing that next week, it generally is, if it's good. It's going to be better weeks. It's going to be less intense. And I know for a certainty that the 9th, 10th, 11th week before that next round of Botox starts are hell. They are hard. I try not to plan anything those weeks. And I even go in for occipital neuralgia. I get shots in the back of my skull and they go into the occipital nerve, and that will numb all the way up to the brain. So they give them in the back of my neck and then they give them up in the top here. And that will carry me through till the Botox. But everything comes with a price tag. So sometimes it's like, oh, I'm only 6 days out from Botox. I am not going to spend that money to go get that nerve block. And so there'll be 6 full days of intensity that makes you wish, I wish I was a millionaire so I can just go get those nerve blocks whenever I darn feel like I need them. I'm not a millionaire yet. But I don't plan on it in this lifetime either. So anyway, going on, 2019, it went up to 17. And if we presently look at 2020, I have had 10 migraines so far, and it is only the 16th of the month. I'm anticipating that this month is not done, even though I had Botox 2 days ago. I will have more migraines. It's just a fact of my life. And with that, we take a cool drink. The other thing I know without a doubt that migraines and the medicines that they put me on to prevent the migraines, I am always boiling over hot. If you haven't noticed, I am no longer in a long sleeve maroon shirt, but I am in my summer maroon shirt. I live in my summer maroon shirt and my bare toes. You can't see them. They're down there. I am always overheating. But back to the numbers, okay? If we looked at the year as a whole, 2018 left me with 217 days out of the year were migraine days. 2019 left me with 190 days. And 2020, I am presently estimating 185. So the numbers overall are going down because of what the doctors and I are doing to help treat my migraines. And with that, I encourage you to keep pressing on, keep trying new things. So I am hoping that 2021 will bring me even less migraines. And less for you would be great too, wouldn't it? Thank you for being a part of this journey with me on life as I talk about my migraines and as I share with you some of the strategies, some of the medicines, some of the numbers, all of the stuff that goes along with a chronic illness life. If you think someone else could benefit from it, please forward it and share it. And I thank you for being a part of my life. And thank you for watching. Until we talk again, bye-bye.